Hey, sorry. So first of all, I'd like to apologize for looking like this. I had a pretty bad seizure this morning and had to take some Ativan, followed by like a 3 hour, 4 hour nap. So I'm just kind of out of it. And I was supposed to be doing homework this entire time, so I'm kind of stressed. Which brings me to today's fun topic about learning how to cope when you have a chronic illness and learning how to live a somewhat normal life, the resemblance you can have of a normal life. It's not easy. It took me a very long time to even consider the fact that I could have a normal life. I got diagnosed in April of last year, had to go home from school, was basically in my bed for months, seizing like almost every hour. When I wasn't in my bed, I was roaming around the house, always followed around by one of my parents so that they were making sure that I was safe. I couldn't go up and down the stairs by myself. I couldn't cross the street by myself. It was really rough, and I was sure of it, that that's it. This is how I'm gonna live my life. And that was really rough. I got into a pretty dark place. I considered more than once ending my life. It really didn't seem like things were gonna go anywhere. And then I got really, really lucky, and I got my service dog. Right? Good boy. Got my service dog. Here. And he gave me hope again. He gave me the hope that I would be able to cross the street by myself, that I would be able to, I don't know, potentially go back to school. And that ended up happening. Thank you. That ended up happening. I, 6 weeks after I got him, he started sensing my seizures, and that's it. I wasn't in danger anymore. I wasn't falling. I wasn't breaking my bones through the falls. I wasn't hitting my head. It was a lifesaver. Hi, Betty. See his tail. And so that was the first step for me of realizing that things could be somewhat normal. It was him. Not everyone can get a service dog. Not everyone needs a service dog. So obviously there are other things that you can do. When I was able to go back to school, it was really important for me to be around my friends, and my friends were really great for me. They really understood as best they could what I was going through, and I have an amazing boyfriend who has always been with me through the entire process. Like, we started dating 3 months before I got seizures, and he stuck with me. That anytime I was in the hospital, he was there. Anytime I was on the floor seizing, drooling, whatever, he was there wiping up my drool, like any good boyfriend should. And it was hard, the first weeks of school were hard. At that point, I was still having multiple seizures a day, and I was exhausted. I was only a part-time student, so only taking 2 classes, but it was a lot for me. It was a lot. I was, at least once during the class, Reed alerted me, and I had to step out of class and have a seizure, and if I could, walk back into class. And that was really tough, and I had more than once, I had ambulances called on me because people saw me having seizures, even though I tried to warn people ahead of time that I was going to have one when Reed alerted me. But a lot of times I got sent to the ER, which was frustrating. And then there was, the stress of school that didn't help with the seizures, made things worse. And then when you have more seizures, you get more stressed about not being able to go to class, not being able to do the schoolwork, and it's a bad cycle. And then for me, I actually ended up getting into a really, really, really bad place. I'm not going to go into big detail here. Maybe in another video, maybe. But I have an eating disorder. I've had one since I was 12. But last year I relapsed really badly into it, to the point where by Christmas, I was back in the hospital, and we were unsure if I was going to be able to go back to school or if I had to go to treatment. It was really rough. Surprisingly, at that point, my seizures had actually slowed down, which I had managed to convince myself was because I wasn't eating. Who knows? I don't know. Funny what the brain can do to you. But I went back to class. I was able to pull myself back together. And I was able to continue living somewhat of a normal life with my friends and my boyfriend and my dog. And sometimes I went out and sometimes I didn't. And sometimes I went to class and sometimes I didn't. And what's really, really important is to get the support that you need and accept it. The very first thing I did when I returned to school is I went to the disability center, which was an uneasy thing for me to do. I really didn't like to think myself as of needing the extra help, but I did. So I was able to get more leeway. I was able to get time and a half on exams and no distraction test time. And I got a note taker, because there are a lot of times when I have seizures that I just completely space out and can't remember a thing. And even if I'm like back in class, I'm just completely fuzzy. So the note taker, that really helped. And you just have to ask for resources. And that's one way. Because it's possible to be somewhat normal. Like I'm never gonna be like I was my freshman year. I'm never gonna be able to go out every single weekend with my friends. I'm never gonna be able to. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to go to a music festival, which is hard on me because I really like music. I have to be careful all the time of what I do and where I go and who I go with and things. For like an entire year, I didn't wear skirts or dresses because I didn't want to risk having a seizure and showing off a little too much. And then, recently it got a little bit harder again because I've been stressed and my headaches have been getting really, really intense again, and my seizures have been getting really intense again, and I'm taking summer classes, and it's just been rough, but I just keep going through, and I keep doing, even with all that, I keep doing the things that make me happy. I spend time with my friends, spend time with my boyfriend, spend time with my crazy puppy of a dog. Whatever it is that makes you feel somewhat normal, whether it's, watching a movie. On the other hand, I would avoid going too hardcore on the Netflix marathons. You can end up, not feeling too good about yourself. or whether it's just like sitting outside just for a little bit, or I don't know, giving a phone call to someone that makes you feel good. Doing something without taking any like big risks. I've done some stupid things like that I really shouldn't have. We just moved into a new house that has like a roof that we can climb on, and I like climbed onto it, which I really shouldn't have. But that made me feel normal. I was safe, nothing happened, but realistically, that was probably a really bad idea. So it's all what it is. And right now, I am in full-on Ativan brain, so I am going to attempt to do homework, and if not, I am going to sleep. So that's all I got for today.